What's up, guys? Nostal-Gi-Oh here, back with another Master Duel video, and today we are going to be looking at some of the best decks in the Common Rare NR Festival tournament that is happening right now, the event, where you can only use common and rare rarity cards. And naturally, as duelists, we are finding the best strategies for this event, and I believe this is one of the best ones. Now, I know I already made a video the other day about Metalfoes, but I thought True Draco was going to be on the ban list because that's what the speculative ban list had, was all the True Draco cards banned. So now that we actually see the full ban list, this is the only card on the list, and it's at 1. So that makes this deck entirely playable, like incredibly playable. So here's my list for it today. I'm going to be going through this kind of fast because I am in a rush, and that's why we don't have any gameplay from this deck today, but expect that tomorrow. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into this deck profile. So first off, Metalfoes Stealing, Metalfoes Silvered, Metalfoes Goad Driver, Metalfoes Volflame, Metalfoes Bismugear, and that is all, and Metalfoes Melcaster. We're playing 3 of every one of the Metalfoes monsters. They're all, necessary for the combos. You have to see multiple of them. So we're just maxing out on all of them. We're also playing 3 Summoner's Art because this can search Volflame. So we're really playing 6 copies of Volflame. So overall, a lot of Metalfoes cards in the deck, at least as far as monsters and spells go. And we have more spells and traps down here. We'll go over that line right now. I'm also playing 2 Parametalfoes Fusion. This is a really good one, and it's cool because it's a normal spell, so you can set it and then activate it with the Metalfoes cards. So that is very good. And then we also have 1 full Metalfoes Fusion, which is a quick play. This card's pretty crazy for going for game, which is really cool. I mean, this is like the El Shaddai fusion of the deck. It's the quick play, and you can use monsters from your hand and field as fusion material. So it's pretty good, and the fusions are pretty strong. We'll talk about those when we get to the extra deck. Next, we played for the traps. We played 2 counter and 2 combination. This is just pretty consistent. Playing 2, you go through 1 very fast with the deck, so just playing 2 just makes sense for both these cards. They're pretty solid. When you open a lot of Metalfoes, you just cycle a couple Metalfoes and then get a couple of these spell traps set to your field, which is pretty good. It makes for a pretty solid Metalfoes strategy, and like I said, I'll have gameplay up for tomorrow, but in a rush. So getting through the deck profile, that is all the Metalfoes cards. Next, we'll talk about the True Draco cards, and then we'll talk about the few non-True Draco cards and Metalfoes cards, which are the Baobabboons. So, first off, for the True Draco cards, as far as the monster lineup goes, we're playing 2 Ignis Heat and 1 Majesty Maiden. These cards are just like, you don't want to open too many of the monsters. You do want to see 1 or 2 throughout the game, but, only seeing those couple is pretty good. And you cycle pretty well with Baobabboons, so you do see, like, a lot of these cards pretty effectively. So then for these spells and traps, we played 2 Heritage and 1 Disciples, and also 2 True King's Return and 1 Apocalypse. Now, of course, these cards all can work for the monsters, where you can just set them and then normal summon, and then, activate some effects with Ignis Heat and Majesty Maiden and all that. But the true synergy here with these is that you can activate these cards, pop them for your Metalfoes cards, and then pop another card on your opponent's side of the field. So they can essentially become Scrap Dragon that sets an additional Metalfoes spell or trap from your deck to the field. So it makes it pretty consistent. Also, these guys are just like really, really powerful and really put like, the work on your opponents. I do kind of want to play more of the monsters, but I don't want to clunk on them. I don't want to see more than 1 really. So yeah, this lineup is pretty okay for now. Anyway, that is really the whole deck profile as far as the main deck goes. For the rest of that, we are playing triple Baobabboon as well. This is a really big card for the deck. When it's normal or special summon, you do filter 1 card, you draw 1 card, and then place 1 card from your hand to the top or bottom of the deck, which is especially cool for this card because this lets you draw, so you get to Baobabboon, put a card back to the top, and then draw that card again, which is a really interesting little synergy with the, the True Draco engine and the Baobabboon. But the big thing about Baobabboon is whenever it's destroyed, if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special any number of Baobabboon from your deck. So you normal summon or pendulum summon the Baobabboon. This will then give you a new card, or filter 1 card, and then you pop it with any of the Metalfoes effects to pop it, and then set a spell or trap, and then Baobabboon triggers special summon 2 more. You filter 2 more cards, and then you can go for a rank 3 or a link climb, which is really cool. You can go into Cross Sheep and then pendulum and do some wild shenanigans off of that, or fusion and do some wild shenanigans. So Baobabboon is just one of the best complementary engines that are possible in the NR Festival to the Metalfoes strategy. Alright, so that is the main deck, very solid. Into the extra deck, As far as the Metalfoes fusions go, we do play triple Mithrilium. This is the best one. This one's really good. It's removal. You can shuffle 2 Metalfoes cards from your grave and into the deck, and then put 1 card from your field, 1 card on the field, and bounce it. So that's pretty good. And it only targets for cost. So if your opponent negates it, you don't have to, send the guy's pack and, so you can use it again the next turn or with a new copy of Mithrilium. Because it's not once per turn, which is pretty cool. Wait, it is. Yeah, it is. I don't know why I'm tripping. Anyway, then we played 1 Orichalc and 1 Adamante. These cards are mostly just to go for game. This guy's big and does double piercing, which is cool. And also, when it dies, you can pop a card on the field, which is pretty solid. And then this card is just 2,500, but it's very generic. It doesn't come up that much, but it does come up for sure. So, that is our fusion package. And then as well as, this fusion, but this is tutorable from Odd Eye's Absolute Dragon, exclusively. But this card is cool because it's a rank 7 that is pretty easily accessible from the deck. We do play a couple level 7s in the main deck, this one and this one, so we can get to this card pretty easily. And then whenever this card dies, you can special summon Odd Eye's Vortex Dragon, which is an Omni Negate, which is pretty good. Or yeah, Omni Negate, very, very solid. So that's that little engine as well. The other XC's cards we played were two rank 3s. We played Grand Pulse and Bamboozling. There might be another couple rank 3s that are good, but these are my favorite ones that you can trigger off of Balbaboon. You go Balbaboon, pop it, filter 2, and then rank 3, and boom, you have Grand Pulse. Remove some grave effects, or Bamboozling if you just want to go with Bamboozling. Solid. Next, we have a couple links. Gravity Controller is here. This card's pretty good for just decluttering from your extra monster zone with a Pendulum Summon, so that is good. We play the Sunvaline Dry Ass. This card is not very good. It's really just a link that you can link the Balbaboon into. Bring in him. I don't know. I haven't made it yet. I don't think it seems that good, but hey, it's here. You if you take damage, you gain it, and then special guy. That doesn't matter. I don't know. This card's weird. Crotch Heap, this card comes up a lot. This is a main link climb that you go with Balbaboon, so that's pretty cool. And then we also play the Transversor. Wait, it has to be destroyed, right? Yeah, it has to be destroyed. So you don't get it from the link one. I don't know really what this card does for the deck. I don't think it has that much value. I don't really get it. So yeah, if this card is crazy for you guys, let me know in the comments. Anyway, then we played Transversor. This is just a solid link 2 that you can play in the deck. Sometimes people play into it really easily, and it can be good. You can bait the negate from the mirror from Vortex Dragon and then eat theirs, and that could be cool. So there's a lot of times where this card will come up that is just good. Then we played the Heavy Metalfoes Amalgam. This guy's buff effect is pretty cool. You can target a Metalfoes you control and then equip this from the grave, so that's pretty cool. And then also Triple Burst Dragon. This is just a solid, decent boss monster-esque card from the extra deck that you can summon out pretty easily. It's just a generic link 3 that needs 2+ monsters, so you can use Cross Sheep and another guy to make this card, and it's not bad. It does piercing and stops grave effects from happening, which is pretty cool. So yeah, this card's pretty solid. Anyway, that is really the whole deck profile today. So yeah, what are you guys playing in the event? I want to know. So comment that down below. Also, if you have any suggestions, any takeaways from this deck profile that you want to improvise or change up, in any advice, because I've never really played this strategy before. I was just playing it because everybody says it's the best for the NR festival. So yeah, that's really it for the video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I do have the affiliate link in the description down below. If you shop for IRL TCG cards for TCG player, you just click on it, shop, check out, and it directly supports the channel. I do appreciate it, costing you no extra. Anyway, that's it. Have a good week. Goodbye.